Hello everyone, it's the FARMSIMGUY here, hope you're all doing well. We are here today to look at the goweil DLC that has been passed to me for a little bit of an early access preview ahead of its release on Tuesday next week. So we are going to dive straight in, we're going to see what comes in the pack, and we'll have a little bit of a play around with it. There's a couple of new features in this pack that we haven't seen before in the base game. One is to wrap sugar beet cuts and TMR, so that is interesting, so we'll give that a go. But equally, there's some quite nice pieces in here, and I have to say, the little scan of the models that I've done so far is very, very nice. Right, let's take a quick look at the pack. Up front, we have a couple of bale grabs, a round and a square, which I'm sure we'll do round as well, but interesting concept there. We also have this bale wrapper here that can fit on the front of a telehandler or a front loader, and can wrap and potentially obviously stack bales as well and do them in one go, which is interesting. Then we've got a couple of more standard wrappers, and then we have a couple of balers, one with a wrapper on the back there as well, so we'll have a little bit of a play with them and see how we go with them. And then up front here we have got these two rather large static balers and wrappers, and I'm looking forward to giving these a whirl because these are the ones that will now allow you to wrap TMR and sugar beet cuts. So we'll jump in and we'll have a play with these and see what we can get out of them. But first and foremost, I think we'll jump in and give some of these balers a test, because we need some bales to be able to demo some of the other stuff. So first and foremost, I think we'll take this baler here and we'll see what it can do. We've got a couple of tractors over here, so we'll grab these and we'll head over. We've got a grass field just over here, so we'll crack on and have a look at that. So first up, we're going to look at the G1 F125 baler. We'll just run this over the field, so while we're doing that, we'll have a look in the store at what it comes with. So there it is in the store, 59,500 euros, pounds, dollars, whatever you want to use. Needs 120 horsepower to run, 5.6 tons. Looks like it only does 125 centimetre bales and runs at 10 miles an hour. Let's go in and just have a look. Look at the detail in this though. It's a really beautifully put together mod, I have to say. Looks fantastic. Very impressive. In terms of customization, we only have some wheel brand choices, the standard wheel brand choices, and the option of standard or wide tyres on all of these. I think 2 options for wide tyres on the Redstein, but that is what you get, and obviously the license plate. So limited in terms of customization, but at the end of the day it's a round baler. It does what it says on the tin, but this pipe work and this detail up front on the hydraulics and the hoses is really, really nice. So hats off. Nice modelling indeed. So let's give it a whirl and see how it goes. Right, here we are. We're going to start with a grass field, purely because we can use the wrappers with whatever we produce in here. Let's look into the menu options. So we've got automatic drop, as you would expect. We've got bale counter, all of those things as well. So a standard that you would expect. But looking at this, it seems to run really smoothly, and we've got our first bale already. There we go. Bale out. Let's just wait for that to finish, and off we go again. 10 miles an hour, so nice and fast. And looking good. So there you go. There is your small round baler, the G1 F125. Really nicely done. I mean, the movement and the animations on the inside of this looking fabulous. I really like this. It's very, very nicely put together. Next up, we'll have a look at the slightly bigger baler. This is the G1 F125 combi baler. So this has got a wrapper attached to it as well. So again, as before, as we run over to the field here, the grass field, which is the other side of this wheat field, we'll have a look in the store and see what comes with it. Right, here we go. The G1 F125 combi, 96,500 euros, needs 160 horsepower to run, 9 tons. We'll do 125 centimetre bales again, and we'll wrap 125 centimetre bales, 10 miles an hour. and let's have a look inside. So there it is again, the detail on this, really nice to see. Beautifully put together model. Very nice indeed. Wrapper design. So at the back here, there's your wrapper, and you have the option to turn your bales at the end, which will flip them from being on their rolling side to being flat. So very good. And silage additive tanks as well. So you can add that at the front or not, as you see fit, and you can change the foil colours, but no tyre configurations on this one. But really nicely put together mod. Looks beautiful. So let's give it a whirl. So there we go. Let's turn on automatic drop. Let's unfold the baler. So there we go. You can see the bale turner at the back coming out. So it'll flip the bale over. I think we're just about good to go there. Let's spin it up. Let's drop it down. And let's pull away. So I think this one, I imagine, if you do buy this pack, will be quite a popular baler. It does look very nice. I suppose the nice thing with this one... Oh no, you do have to stop. I was going to say it will keep delivering the bales and you can keep running, but like a square baler, you do have to stop or you're going to leave bits of your pickup behind. But there we go. First one cut and tipped and flipped. Nice. Like that. Lovely animations. Really nice animations on this. So there we go. If the door is open, it will not pick up your windrow, so you do have to stop for it every time it unloads a bale. But wrapping, nice wrapping animation as well. That looks good. And tipped. And the pickup slides back in there. There we go. It does take silage additive as well. Like I said, I didn't put any in, but if you want to get that little extra, little bit of yield out with these silage bales, you can do that. So there we go. Cut again. Tip. And off. Very nice. Balers are quite easy to demo, because they just do one thing. Next up, we're going to have a look at the G5020 Bale Wrapper. As you would expect, this is pretty more standard looking bale wrapper, but let's give it a whirl and see what it looks like. So let's jump in the store and see what we get with it. So there we go, 5020, 27,000 euros. And again, very nice looking model, lots and lots of detail on it. Wrapper design, we've got standard, or we've got bale on end turner, which, as you've just seen from the other baler, will flip the bale from on its rolling end to being flat in the field to stop it rolling down the hill. We've got some wheel brand options, the standard Trelleborg Redstein and Trelleborg. We've got wider tyres, which we don't have with the Redstein. You can change your foil colours as well, black, pink, green, blue or white. And that is about it. So let's give it a whirl. This will wrap 125 and 150 centimetre bales, so that is good. A little bit more variety there. So let's jump out and give it a whirl. So here we are on the field. Let's get it unfolded. There we go, rolling to the side, and the bale turner coming out. This, I imagine, just going to operate as you would expect. It's set into position. It will locate the bale, lift it up, and rotate it as it's wrapping it. Very simple. We shall wait for the bale turner to operate at the end there, but as I expect it will work like the last one. So, just to check here, let's turn our menus on. We have got automatic drop on as well, which I have switched off, but I've switched it on now. And there you go. Simple as that. Well, let's roll up to another one. Let's grab this. I don't want to use them all because I don't actually have that many bales wrapped. So there we go. I mean, it's as simple as that. There's not much really to tell you about this one, other than it works as expected, turns those bales nicely, and looks pretty good with it. So there you go. That's the G5020 Bale Wrapper. Next up, we've got the G4010 Profil Wrapper. Let's see how we can get on with this, shall we? So let's Get it hitched up. It's got a high hitch there, actually. Interesting. Might limit its use on certain tractors, maybe older ones. But we'll roll over to the field. We'll get it all unfolded. And we'll give it a whirl. But in the meantime, let's have a look at it in the store. So there we go. 52,000 euros. It is 2.9 tons. It will take 125 and 150 centimetre round bales, but it will also take 180 centimetre square bales. So that is a nice addition. Let's jump in here. The only customizable option on this one is your foils, and they are the same as they were for the other balers. So let's jump out and give it a test with both round and square bales. Now, let's get this fired up. Now, I've just spotted something. If I press the unfold, it says folding is not allowed whilst the vehicle is attached. So, I hadn't realised this, but this is a static wrapper. So, if I go back over to it now, if we pull up the menu here, look, unfold bale wrapper. And you can turn on or off automatic drop here as well. So, let's unfold it. And look at that, we've got a nice little animation. And that is good to go. That is interesting. That is interesting. So what we need to do now is probably go and grab a bale grab, so we can throw some bales into this. It's also got lights on it as well at the top there, so you can work at night with it. Nice touch that. But let's go and grab that bale grab and we'll give it a go. Luckily enough, we have another tractor here with a front loader on it. So we will grab one of these and we'll take it over. So first and foremost, I'm going to grab the round bale one at the front here, but I'm going to grab the other one as well, and I'm going to bring that over because I think we should look at these in tandem, because you can attach this with a 3-point linkage as well. So let's see if it'll connect, and maybe we can pick up a round and a square bale together. But there we go, look at that. Interesting. Right, so we'll go into the store, we'll have a look at both of these together whilst we whip over to the field with this. So there we go, the bale handler RBG and the bale handler BTGQU. So let's go into RBG bale handler first. And there it is again. Pretty simple. Does exactly what it does. It's a nice model though. Nice springs and things on there like that. We'll take 125 and 150 centimetre bales. Just 1,600 for the price. And you've got two options. You've got front loader, which is the one we've just used, or you can have it for a telehandler as well. So nice couple of choices there. No wheel loader option though, which is interesting. So we'll jump out. We'll have a look at that in a second. In addition to that, the BTGQU is for picking up 108 centimetre square bales. And again, we've gone for the 3-point and front loader option here, which we've hooked onto the back of the tractor. But again, if you wanted, you could have a telehandler option for this as well. 2,800 euros for this one. Right, let's do these one at a time, because we've got the static wrapper to test as well. So let's spin this around here. We do have some random bales here to collect. In fact, I'm going to leave those. I'm going to go and get the ones further down here. We'll use those for the other wrapper in a minute. But I shall open up the round bale wrapper. I'm going to come in at an angle like this and see how good this is at gripping stuff. Well, that looks pretty solid in there, doesn't it? We'll reverse up. Let's see how good it is at snapping to the wrapper. The wrapper is running. When you unfold it, it turns the engine on, so I guess you've got to drop it into the spot in the middle there. Open it up, there we go, it's reset itself. And off it goes, look at that. So, that worked as you would expect for a bale grab. And let's just keep an eye on this wrapper, let's see. So I've got auto unload on. Let's see if it gives you any space, or you might have to move the bale. So it tips out the other side, which is nice. But if you've got a bale there, the next one you tip out is going to be in the way, so we'll probably move that one just out of the way slightly before we go and pick up our square bale. Let's get lined up here. Like I said, it looks like it's a pretty robust bale grab, this. I'll give it a good shake and a move about. Doesn't seem to be causing it any trouble, which is nice. So that's good. So let's just drop this here somewhere. And let's go and try the square bale option as well. So here we are, we've got a square bale just here. Let us lower this down. V. Let's expand it out. Let's see how good our reversing and lining up skills are. But as you can see now, why it is 180 centimetre only, because that looks like the max width of this grab. Close that up. Raise it up again. That is quite nice. Now, moment of truth, as if you can use this on this static wrapper, because that looks quite low, doesn't it? It does look quite low. Let's see, shall we? I'm not optimistic. No, look, we're budging it out of the way. Now, can we adjust it? We can, though, look. There we go. Is that ideal? Well, it's picked it up. And it's wrapping it. There we go. Nice animations though, look at the way those rollers move. And turfs it out there. So, you do have to adjust. I was using my left mouse button there and sliding the mouse left to right, so definitely scope there to adjust how you pick it up with the rear hitch, rather than just using V to lower things down, so you can get it lower. Let's try another one actually, I just want to try another one. See how accurate we can get it. So here we go, I'm going to tilt it right down as low as it can go here. When we pick up, let's close the jaws first, shall we? And when we pick it up, it's a lot higher this time. Okay, that looks interesting. So let's get this back on the wrapper. And we've left the other bale in the way actually, so I'm intrigued to now see if this will stack two bales or it will just kind of clatter into each other. Let's give it a go. In terms of reversing now, it looks like there's plenty of space. So there you go, a little bit of user error on my part in the first time there. But I do the testing, so you don't have to. Right, that's dropped in. Let's watch it wrap. And let's watch it either stack or just knock the other one out of the way. I'm hoping it's going to stack. I'll be very excited if this stacks. Ah, now you see, it's holding it. So you do have to move the other one out of the way. So maybe a little bit of not frustration there, it's not that bad a thing, but you do have to remove one, so it's almost a bit of a two-stage process, because you've got to remove one before you can get the other one in. So let's get these out of the way, and it should just turf the other one out straight away. There we go, straight away. Okay, so interesting. I like that though. It's a nice secondary option rather than a front loader, so good to see. Nice. Right, we have picked up the G1015, which I think is potentially the most exciting wrapper in the pack. So let's get this over to the field, and in the meantime, let's have a look in the store. There we go. The 10, 15, 16,000 is going to be your price. Will wrap 125 and 150 centimetre bales, which is good. We jump in. We've only got a few small options here. Support roller adds a roller at the front here, which is interesting. I think that'll just help you when you're picking up your bales. 3-point and front loader option or telehandler option as per before, and foil colour. You can choose your options there as well. Other than that, not much in the way of customization, but again, loads of attention to detail. Look how much effort has gone into the design of that. It's nice. It's very nice indeed. Okay, let's give it a spin. So let's pull up our menu and see what we can do here. Unfold bale wrapper. There we go. Turn on automatic drop. Now, I'm not going to do that because I want to see if you can actually use this to stack bales. So, there we go. We've put it onto the floor. Let's raise it up slightly. A little bit more, so it's not lifting our front wheels off the ground. Let's roll forward. Let's pick it up. And it's going to wrap it. Simple as that. There we go. It's going to cut. Now, because it hasn't put automatic drop on, I assume it would just open the two jaws at the bottom and drop it back on the floor. But I'm going to see if we can tilt this and stack, whether it will hold it in place. And if it does, how does it come off then? Or will it slide off? It's holding it in position, which is interesting. So now, if let's pull up the menu. How do we... Okay, so Control Y will unload the bale on the end there. I missed that. Let's give that a go. What's this going to do? Control Y. Well, that is interesting. Let's go and grab another one. I think this is going to be very cool to be able to stack your bales. I was going to tilt it on its end there and try and unload it, but actually you don't need to do that. I think I was too high there. Yeah, there we go. We've got to have it right on the floor to be able to pick it up. But again, no automatic drop on. Let's see how accurately we can line this up so it unloads on top of the other one. So I'm going to guess we want to tilt it about, make sure we're straight onto it, let's say about there. Let's reverse back slightly, let's lower it down because it's not too far to fall, I don't think. How straight are we? Let's give it a go. Moment of truth. I'm too close. I did not lift it high enough. But we're going to give it one more go. There's a little bit of trial and error there to work out how to do it, but it's part of the challenge, right? We could maybe do the weight on the back of the tractor here as well. An observation there, the rear wheels were lifting ever so slightly then. There we go, picked it up. So we'll let that wrap whilst we get into position. I put the bale too low to the second bale, or the bale on the floor, so this time I'm going to lift it up a lot higher. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to say about there. Let's make sure we're straight up, look pretty straight there. Here we go. Control Y. I'm going to actually just go a little bit higher again. Ooh, not a million miles off. So with a bit of practice, you might be able to nail that. I really like this. This is nice. This is nice. Probably not the easiest way to stack them, But if you can master that, wow, very impressive. Last but by no means least, we have the two static balers, the LT Master F115 and the Vario Master V140. Now, they, to all intents and purposes, operate exactly the same. The Vario Master, which is slightly bigger over there, takes the same capacity but does some slightly different bale sizes. So we'll jump into the shop and we'll have a look at the two of them, compare the two, and then we'll come back and we'll show you some of the magic that happens with them. So there we go, the LT Master F115 is 240,000, the Vario Master V140 up there at 259,500. You'll see they've both got a maximum capacity of 20,000 litres, but you will see the F115, the slightly smaller version, will do 125 centimetre bales, whereas the V140 you can have either 125 or 150s. They both take the same things: straw, hay, grass, chaff, sugar beet cuts and TMR. So let's have a look at the LT Master F115. Only needs 120 horsepower to run, so you could put a relatively small tractor on this one. In terms of options, wrapper design, you've got bale on-end turner, like we've seen in some of the other things. You can add the silage additive tank on, which appears under here at the back. Other than that, just your foil colour choices again. So there we go. Let's jump out and let's have a little bit of a play with this. So here it is attached to a tractor, and you do have to have a tractor on this and running at all times. But let's unfold this because the animations are wide and varied. First of all, it spins out. It opens the sides up. It drops these feet out. It backs up this conveyor at the back very nicely. And I think, yep, the rollers come out. And there is the unloader for the bale. I think we're done there. So lots and lots of nice animations and sounds there. Very, very good. Now, of course, this will take your standard hay, straw, and grass, and we'll wrap the grass as well if you want that turned into silage. But the big difference with these is the fact that they will take sugar beet cuts and they will take TMR and wrap those into bales. So here we are. We have got ourselves a trailer full of TMR, or certainly 7,000 litres, which should give us 2 bales. We will get this tipped into the hopper at the back here, and you can see how it works its way through the system. Get this lined up, should get a trigger point. Let me get close enough, there we go. So let's tip that out. Now, it appears we have not turned the baler on yet, so we will go down and we can do that. There we go, just make sure it's all in there. Let's go and turn the baler on quickly. Now you can turn the baler on from the side here, you don't have to get back into the tractor to do it. So let's pull this up here. Now there's a couple of things worth noting here. Watch the animations in the bottom there. You've got that animation of the baler so you can see what's what with it. But there we go, B to turn on the baler there. So things going up the conveyor belt now, and the bale is growing inside the baler, as you can see, but it's also working on the digital display here, which is quite nice. So there we go. First bale complete. This baler does go fast. And there you go. A TMR bale unwrapped. Now it will wrap. And watch the animation as well. Look. That second bale is growing there very nicely. Now the first one will be deposited here and tipped. And there you go. We'll move that out of the way. So the second one can be unloaded as well. And there's your second bale. Fantastic. Very, very nice bit of kit this. I do like this. I can definitely see this coming in handy. There we go. Second bale done. So that was TMR. What about sugar beet cuts? FSG, you say. Well, let's go in. Let's stick in here. Let's stick in just over 7,000 litres again. Enough to give us a bale. So there's your sugar beet cuts. Let's go to the bigger baler so you can see that it works exactly the same as the other one. Let's reverse this up. Get it into the tip position. Again, I think this baler is switched off. But we can tip the sugar beet cuts in there. There we go. They're filling up. That hopper, 20,000 litre capacity in total. We've only just put a little bit in here just so we can demo it. We'll head down here. Now this one, the tractor, is switched off. Let's turn the tractor on. But we can go around and then we can either turn the baler on from inside the tractor or we can do it from here again. So, there we go. Turn on baler, beep. We've got automatic drop set up already as well. And as you can see, our bale is growing inside that little animation, and our first bale is ready. Will come out. Pretty white, almost looks like cotton. Get that wrapped up, and we are sorted. Very nice indeed. Big fan. So like I said, I can definitely see these coming in handy, and the speed that it dishes these bales out is really quick. So if you're running a truck from the field, you obviously need somebody here to pick them up on the way out. It does block you if you've got one bale sitting there, but other than that, you've got somebody collecting them and loading them in the yard, somebody tipping raw material. You would get through a lot of stuff very quickly. So there we go. That is your 2 static balers. So there you have it, folks. All of the new pieces that are coming in the goweil DLC that releases on Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed this little look at it. I've got to say, I really like this DLC. I was, shall I say, slightly apprehensive after the Vermeer pack earlier in the year. I was like, we've more baling stuff? But it's actually really, really nicely finished. The quality of the detail on the models is absolutely superb, and there's a real nice set of variety going on here. There's many different ways you can sort your bales out and wrap them, and I do love the static balers. They are very, very nice indeed. Now, of course, this is your choice whether or not you buy this. It will not have an impact on the game if you don't. This is just additional machinery. But if you like what it does, you are welcome to pick it up. Now, it is, of course, part of the Year 2 Season Pass already, so if you already own that, you will pick this up for free. But if you just want this DLC, you can still save 10% up to Tuesday, and that is by using the link in the description below, and don't forget to use the code FARMSIMGUY if you want to support the channel. But of course, if you don't want to support my channel, you can of course support any of the other content creators or anybody on the Giants program out there as well. So be sure to make sure you put somebody's creator code in. But for me, for now, I hope you've enjoyed this little look at this. I'm going to be playing a little bit more with it over the weekend, hopefully. But yes, I'm impressed with this. Not a bad little DLC at all. So for now, from me, the Farm Sim Guy, thank you very much for watching as always, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.